and welcome. It's my honor to welcome you to this fourth Latin America Regulatory Conference. My name is Paul Pomerantz. I'm Executive Director of DIA, and I'll be here throughout today until early tomorrow, and really look forward to participating in this important meeting with you and being here to listen and learn from your comments and presentations. So welcome here. I want to share a little bit with you about DIA, about Latin America and DIA, and about opportunities for you in DIA. Latin America is DIA's sixth major region, and in 2011 it was designated by the DIA board. As such, it joins North America, Europe, Japan, China, and India as one of DIA's key regions. Over the last couple of years, under the leadership of Sergio Guerrero, and with the support of the Advisory Council of Latin America, and really with the expert leadership of Alejandro Bermudez de Vilar, our Latin America Development Coordinator, DIA in Latin America is growing rapidly to meet the needs of regulators, industry, and other stakeholders in this region. There are many upcoming programs and more being planned in the future. One program that's coming in the very near future is the Latin America Congress on Clinical Research, and that'll be held October 24th and 26th, also here in Mexico City. We're increasing our training activities. We're training all over Latin and South America, including Colombia and Brazil and other regions, and we're looking forward to providing more as well. We're proud here of the relationships with regulators that have been established, and the participation in this room of regulators throughout the region, and also other umbrella organizations, including PAHO, and our growing relationship with them. We've reached out in this area to work alongside many associations in the region, and those associations have been very supportive of DIA. Recently, we announced an affiliation with SBMF from Brazil, the Pharmaceutical Medical Association, and in that relationship, that organization serves as DIA's partner in Brazil. We're very much looking forward to expanding those types of relationships in this region. We want to congratulate the entire program committee under the leadership of Justina Molson and Mike Ward for an outstanding and relevant program that you're going to hear more about in just a minute, but it's a very relevant and timely program. They've assembled an excellent group of speakers, and we thank all of you who are speaking for your role in the meeting, and really all of you, because what makes DIA meetings unique, especially meetings like this, is that these are really multidisciplinary events, multi-stakeholder, and they're very participatory events. It's not only what we hear on the podium that's important, it's what we're hearing from you and in the dialogue that takes place during the discussion of these very important topics. So I look at the next couple of days as an opportunity for a conversation about some of the most challenging issues faced from a regulatory perspective in this region. Now, I assume many of you are active in DIA, are familiar with DIA, and most of you are members. For those of you who are not, I encourage you to join, and we have right outside membership information. If you are a DIA member, we encourage you to get more involved. There's many opportunities. And one of the best ways to get involved in DIA is through what we call our special interest area communities. These special interest communities represent over 30 different disciplines in medical product development, pharmaceutical and medical product development, and their life cycle management. Everything from pharmacology, clinical research, patient engagement, to regulatory, medical communications, medical writing, safety, pharmacovigilance, and many other areas. So I really encourage you to learn about the SIACs and to become involved in DIA as a volunteer. One of the unique features of the SIACs is that these are 24/7 global communities. They not only meet physically at the annual meeting and at our other major events, but they also are connected by a social network we call DIA Connects, and it allows members of the SIACs to have conversations, to run programs, to maintain continuous communication on issues of importance to them. And it's very exciting to see that the conversations taking place in these SIACs on a global scale as questions and solutions and projects are being worked on. So with that, I'd like to officially kick off the program, and it's my pleasure to introduce Justina Moulton, who will formally open the program for you. And thank you for the opportunity to be here today. I look forward to meeting all of you.
First of all, buenos dias, mi amigos y amigas. Me llamo Justina Moulton, Estados Unidos, FADA. I worked very hard on that introduction. Welcome to the 4th Latin American Regulatory Conference. This is actually the 3rd time the program has met in Mexico City. And so this is very familiar. We were actually here for the last meeting. So it's very nice to see my colleagues. And I hope that this program will be very interactive. We promote getting to know one another better. So for when the speakers are up here, they're going to be introducing themselves. It's a much more personal way to get to know everyone, and everyone needs to include a fun fact, because that promotes discussion during the coffee break. You never know, you might have the same hobby, you might actually have grown up in the same town. You know, you never know, and that way it promotes better interaction. For example, I grew up in New Jersey and went to school in Rhode Island at the University of Rhode Island. I have a degree in pharmacy and a master's in pharmaceutics and pharmacognosy. And when I would run out of money, I would work on a lobster boat and put rubber bands on their little claws. So I would do thousands of pounds of putting rubber bands on lobsters' claws, and that was my first exposure to quality assurance and quality control. Because I had to make sure that, first of all, they weren't females with eggs, because you throw that back in so you can get more baby lobsters. I had to measure them to make sure that they were legal. And then I had to put rubber bands on their claws so they wouldn't fight with one another when they were put below. Anyway, that fun fact, if anyone else, even if you just like lobster, just come up and talk to me. My slides, we're going to go through the all of the people that have worked on this committee, and you'll see those listed on the program. And we have been on weekly phone calls to get this done. We've worked very, very hard to put together a good program. I propose that at the end of this meeting we put aside maybe 15 or 20 minutes to actually talk about what we should have on the next program, because that program is going to be coming up pretty quickly. And Sergio, I don't know Sergio, but Alejandro and I are going to stay behind the day after this meeting and actually try and put a framework for the program together so that we don't lose momentum, because that happens a lot of times. So please, throughout the program, write down what you would like to see, possible speakers, and at the end we can cover that quickly and then get that on paper immediately. And we always welcome volunteers. I was then just going to go through the program, but forget that. I want to thank you in advance for your contribution to LARC 4. We really encourage interaction and questions and comments.